So we've been actually doing this program for a number of years now, and we've reached about 2,700 women, and with a current budget of about 1.2 million. And that for us is just, like we say, just scratching the surface. So what we're trying to do with this program now is to expand it. So this is actually an expansion of the program, and we've given ourselves a target of 25,000 women by 2016. And we are also making sure that and these are women across the different countries we work in, because we don't only work in Kenya, but we work in Tanzania, we work in Uganda, we work in Rwanda, we work in South Sudan, and also in which is the last one. Yeah, so those are the main countries that we're working in at the moment. So we find that women face challenges in mainly three main areas. So the first one is really access to information. And here we're talking about trading information, we're talking about information in the markets, where do they take their goods. The other challenge we find is that women face is that they don't also have information when it comes to custom procedures, what are the regulations at the borders. We also find that they do not have information in terms of standards, because, for example, if I'm a woman trader now in Kenya and I want to take my products to Uganda or Tanzania, there's some certain standards that those products need to meet. So we do a lot of training and exposure with the women to help them build those standards. And then the other thing we also do is the direct capacity building, where we work with them now to enhance their business skills, whether it's financial literacy, financial management, how do you put together your business plan so that when you go to the bank you are ready and you can also access finance. And then the other challenge you find women face is access to markets, because you can give them access to financing, you can give them the skills, but if they don't have the markets for some of these goods we're seeing here, then it remains a challenge. So our interventions now try to address those specific challenges, and what we've done, we've kind of like picked those that are related to trade, because that's our mandate, to build trade within East Africa. We work with organizations like IASI, who are actually based in the borders. So these are women-specific associations where the women congregate. And what we do, especially now with a program like IASI, for example, they a lot of that harassment you find is because people get harassed because they just don't have the information. So we're doing like with the IASI, we're setting up resource centers at the borders where the women can actually go and get this kind of information. They can actually report some of these incidences that are happening. So, and then at the same time, we're also doing a lot of sensitization with the border officials. We're doing a lot of sensitization with the border officials so that they can also understand some of these challenges. And we can tell them, these are the things that the women are saying. How do we make this easier for the women? The idea is to bring everybody on board at the same time, so everybody understands the message and everybody understands what we're doing. Because the other question I hear, if you empower the women too much, what happens to the men? And they're all living in the same household. So it's an issue of making sure, even when we have these forums and these stakeholder groups, we make sure that there's equal representation of men and equal representation of women. And then we say, okay, these are the issues. We have a discussion. These are the issues that the women are facing. How can you even as men support? And this is now when we do even our trainings, by the way, when we do these trainings for border officials, we invite everyone. They're not just specific for women.